maybe. As you can see, I'm coming on a bit later than usual, but I was just going through a lot last night, and so I was up late, really having struggle sleeping, and still kind of going through that kind of emotional turmoil, upheaval. Uh, and so I just thought I'd talk a little bit about how we deal with that. How do we deal with emotional turmoil? How do you deal with it? Um, for me, it's always, I guess, the hardest or the strongest when there are things to do with my own family, right? Because even if there are people who maybe you don't see that often anymore, there are still people who, in a way, have some of the deepest kind of uh, ties to you, right? Connections from your childhood and things like that. And so recently, it's just been a little bit of a struggle because we've been going through the process of my, writing my book, and obviously it's not easy for everyone in my family um, for what I'm talking about in the book. Hey, Richard, nice to see you. And that's hard for me, that it's not my goal to hurt anybody or to make people feel uncomfortable. My goal has always been just to express, what is true, and to do it for a purpose so that the story can help other people. Hi, Sophia. So, but it's still difficult, for it's still hard. It still creates a lot of emotional turmoil. Writing this book has been incredibly difficult. My memoir is the one I'm talking about. It's incredibly difficult for me having to go back over it again and again and edit all of these, some of my most traumatic experiences. And, I can see how it might be difficult for other people, even though I've tried to minimize other people's role in it as much as possible. Um, it's still it's still not easy to see this stuff in black and white and to kind of be forced to go back and face it again. And so, when it's sometimes easier just to kind of put it in the past and forget it, which is what I did for 20 years, and I think a lot of us did. Um, so anyway, it's just been a rough rough couple of days going through this process, and I think not just for me, but for other people in my family. And I want to commend them, those that have really stood up, stepped up, and, um, you know, help support me. But I think it's not easy. It's not easy for any of us. And, um, sometimes all you can do is curl up on the couch in the fetal position and cover yourself up with a blanket and pray and wait for, the tension in the pit of your stomach to pass, right? Or put on a movie or do something that tries to get your mind off it to distract you from it. But mostly to me, I, turn to prayer and to God and to uh, just, trying to put myself in a place of peace because I know that, what I'm trying to do is the right thing. And so, uh, in spite of everything, in spite of all of the difficult emotions and stuff that this brings up, um, just keep me in your thoughts and your prayers, that I can keep persevering and get this out and do what needs to be done. So that's really that's what I want to talk about today. Sometimes when we are really going through something, there's a whole long list and people are contacting me for feedback on this and that and work and contracts and all kinds of things going on. And, I just had to take some extra time for myself this morning. Sorry, I'm yawning because I'm very tired because I didn't sleep well last night. Sometimes we just have to take a little extra time for ourselves to center ourselves, and that's okay too, if that's what we need to do. So, um, what do you do to help renew yourself when you are feeling stressed and in a difficult place? Love to hear from you. Uh, so for me, I have sort of my go-to things that I do just to kind of get me through the worst of it. Fortunately, I don't drink or stuff like that, but sometimes I watch TV or I think what I really want to do today is get out in nature for a little while because that really helps me to balance and helps bring me a sense of calm and peace being in nature. So I'm going to try to do that today. And I know that this week can be a bit tough. It's kind of maybe a tumultuous week for people, not just myself. So if that's the case, go easy on yourself and try to take a little extra time to care for yourself and create healthy boundaries. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you more tomorrow. Bye.